Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. If you're new here, hi, I'm Mercury. So it's time. It's go home time. I got my room packed up. I'm just sort of doing a once over, make sure I got everything. But I woke up early. I woke up at 5:30. I'm not a morning person. I woke up on my own at 5:30. I think it's like when I know I have to get up early because like I'm gonna get kicked out of my room at 8 o'clock. Like I anticipate it in my sleep, and I slept well, but I got up early. My alarm's not even gonna go off yet. So it's about 6:30 right now. Been up for a little bit. I finished gathering all my stuff. Windjammer opened at 6. I don't have to get off the ship till 8:20, but I have to be out of my room by 8 o'clock. But that gives me an hour and a half. So I'm gonna head up to Windjammer. I'm gonna go get some oatmeal and maybe some eggies. I don't know. I'll see. But I'm gonna go get breakfast. Okay. Let's see, it's like the great race of elevators. We got 9, 8, 10, 4, and 11. I think this one will get here first, but who knows? I might be going up. Oh, this is coming down with haste. Ah, yes. It made haste. Excellent. It's Thursday. That's go home day. We're going to the final breakfast. The final breakfast. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So let's go see what our options are. Okay, we have some fruit. We have some parfait and some muesli. Let's see, they got some mushrooms and beans and some hash and hard-boiled and scrambled eggies. So I found myself a table and able to watch the sunrise. We are not quite docked yet. We're pulling in. But look at that sun. Oh, beautiful. And this is what I decided on for brekkie. So I have some fruit and some oatmeal. The build your own omelet station was not open this morning, and all of the scrambled eggs, they contain milk. So we're sticking to oatmeal today. So I finished my breakfast. We pulled into port, and I came outside to check it out just before I head back to my room to get my stuff, because sunrise over New York is a beautiful thing. We have the sun glistening off the water, and then just to the left-hand side, right over here, that's Manhattan. You can see like One World Trade, Statue of Liberty is in this shot. You have to look a little bit past this like big industrial kind of ship. But yeah, we have New York over here. You could kind of see the Brooklyn Bridge also, and then you have Brooklyn. And this glorious sunrise on this beautiful morning. Sometimes it truly is just the little things. The beautiful sunrise, great view, some fresh air. Sometimes that's what it's all about. Came back to my stateroom just to get my stuff. Give it a once over, check all the drawers, check all the little cupboards. Even if I didn't actually use the cupboard, like I'm still gonna check it. I don't wanna leave anything behind. So I'm just gonna give the room a once over, and it's time to go. So they called my number, but they're having us wrap all the way around the dining room to leave. This is new. They cleared a bunch of tables out of the way for us. So we have lots of room to maneuver with all of these tables and chairs pushed to the side. So the deck wraps around the dining room, so they fed us through the dining room to sort of like keep us organized and like not take up too much space right out onto this deck. This is where I was sitting yesterday. I spent a bunch of time. I'm about to get off the ship. And I am off the ship. Goodbye, Liberty of the Seas. It's been swell. It's been swell, but the swelling's gone down. It's time to go home. So I'm off the ship and I'm on land and I got my luggage. So I am in good shape. Ultimately, I did do luggage assist yesterday in case anyone was wondering. I did put it out and I just collected it, which I'm very glad I did because it was a lot to carry on my own. Now, I gotta get home and I'll check in with y'all when I get there. So I am back home. I've been home for a couple of days in all fairness. When I got home that day, I came back, got my suitcase and everything kind of situated, went to bed, was tired. I was not a morning person. I love cruising, but that waking up so early, and then because like I anticipated having to wake up early, getting up at like before 6. It's not for me. It's not my speed. So a nap was required that day. So it's been a minute and things have settled in. So yeah, overall I had a great time. I feel so lucky that I cruised the week that I cruised because I film a little ahead, especially if I'm traveling, so that I'm not leaving any real big gaps in content. And I sailed out just a few days after Hurricane Debbie went by and just before Hurricane Ernesto came through. So that little window of time, that's when I was sailing. And that first day when I said like the water was a little bit choppy and I was taking it slow that day, that's because Hurricane Debbie was affecting the ocean and it was not quite as smooth as it was coming back home. And speaking of that, it was not horrible. Like I've been on far wavier, this is my sign for wavy, like far wavier sailings than that. But it was enough that I could feel some of that motion of the ocean, so to say. But nothing terrible. I didn't get seasick. You know, I was fine. Overall, I had a great time on that sailing. Few bumps in the road, wasn't perfect, but the overall experience I really enjoyed. I always have fun at trivia. I had so much fun doing towel animals with my stateroom attendant. He kept leaving me some really good ones. I've never been left a dinosaur before. Dinosaur was a new one. I was so excited. I came back and there was a dinosaur. And I had instructions for a dinosaur on my list of things to leave for the stateroom attendant. So I was like, you took the dinosaur. Now I can't do the dinosaur. But it forced me to up my game a little bit. So it's all good. It's all good. I loved it. I love doing the alternating towel animals with the stateroom attendant. It brings me so much amusement. Also, speaking of the staff, I really want to shout out my dinner team, the waiter and head waiter. They were incredible. Honestly, they may have been my best wait staff team on any of my sailings. Absolutely incredible staff. I made sure that when I got home, I did the survey. I had their names and I made sure to call them out because I know Royal Caribbean takes those surveys really seriously. So I made sure to highlight the outstanding service that they provided. Like, absolutely incredible. And I got to do so much stuff while I was there. And it was a shorter cruise than usual, right? Like in the past, I've done the 7-day cruise down to the Caribbean. This one was a 5-day cruise to Bermuda. So like different direction, but also less time. So it makes you feel like you need to figure stuff out on board faster. But it was easier for me to figure out the layout of this ship because Liberty of the Seas, I believe, is what they call a Freedom class ship. And I've been on other Freedom class ships before. So the layout is fairly similar. It's like the Royal Promenade's in the same place. The Windjammer's in the same place. So like the key things are like at the same part of the ship. So I had a general sense of where I was going from the moment I got on board because I had already been on a sailing of a similar type of vessel, but not Liberty of the Seas. This was my first time on Liberty of the Seas. So like I said, overall, great experience, great time away, and now back to the hustle and bustle of the New York City area. So I guess with that, I am done for the day. I will see you all real soon. And until then, stay inspired. Bye, everyone. Take care.